Alright, so last night I watched The Shape of Water, which is the new Oscar picture. Won Golden Globe for Best Director in Guillermo del Toro, and I love him. I like Hellboy 1 and 2. They're probably a lot better than I give them credit, but I've only seen them once. Pacific Rim's good. His last movie that he made, Crimson Peak, I hated, and it was stupid. It was about incest. So, whatever. But this movie stars Sally Hawkins, which honestly I can't remember her being in anything. She did great though. She was a mute woman, and as someone who loves dialogue, it was frustrating watching this movie. I want to say her neighbor's name is Richard Jenkins, but he's great. He has so much character, and I feel so sad for him the whole time. And I think he was in Cabin in the Woods, and he's just great. Michael Shannon's the bad guy, and he is good. There was a lot. I was so conflicted about his character because he was so menacing, but some choices and some delivery I disagreed with. He's definitely done better than this, and he will do better. But yeah, he did good. Doug Jones was the monster, and Jesus Christ, give me a second. Jeez Louise, I'm on my way to school, so this is weird. Never done this before. But yeah, Doug Jones plays a monster, and I loved him. It's this practical big ass monster man, and it's so great, and I love it, and it made me so happy to watch. And I don't know, it was pretty average. It was your pretty average amphibian man monster, but whatever. I was just so happy that it was practical. This movie, I didn't like it. I mean, it's good. It's well shot. It's obviously well directed. It's well acted and all that crap. But I don't know. It's just E.T. plus sex. You know, right from the first scene where she starts masturbating, I'm oh, this is not for me. You know, this is not something I'm going to heavily enjoy. It's a love story, you know, so it's good. You know, honestly, the whole entire time I was if this was a musical, it'd be 10 times better, because it would be. And it kind of looks like a musical in some scenes. And there's a one scene, spoiler, where it's back in time, black and white, and they're dancing, which was beautiful. Oh my gosh, what a great scene. And I was I wish the whole movie would be this silly. Oh, it's obviously a squid monster, but he's dancing and stuff, and isn't that funny? But yeah, I don't understand what The Shape of Water means. It was funny because one of my favorite parts though, little details, and there's probably a lot more of this, and I'm just not getting the point. But the picture that her neighbor, the guy with no hair, that he's drawing for the company, is Michael Shannon's family later on in the movie, because he's we want to market the happy family, and the family needs to be happier, and the Jello needs to be green. And later on in the movie, we see Michael Shannon's wife place down some green Jello right in front of Michael Shannon while they're all sitting in front of the TV, and she's I think we should get a PUPPY. And you're oh, this is adorable. And I don't know. And Michael Shannon's character was just weird. His wife is a banger, man. And he's sitting there and they're doing it. First of all, he had this shit ass day. No, not even. He's just a dick. I hate him. And then he comes home and his wife is so happy to see him, and so good to him and nice, and he doesn't deserve her. And then they start doing it, and he's shh, silence, don't say anything. And I'm she's not saying anything to make the mood better. She's saying something because you're bleeding, Michael Shannon. Stop bleeding on her while you guys are having sex. I don't want to be bled on either. Is that your kink? Blood? And that was the whole thing. I was because I thought they were going to go further than that. I thought he was going to go after her. But no, it was some kind of jealousy thing. He didn't know they were together. What? Another thing, I'm sick of people getting shot in movies and not dying. Just fucking die, okay? What else? I don't know. This movie was okay. The scientist was weird. That's the same guy who played the freaking future teller in Men in Black 3. And he's weird in general, so what's no different in this movie. What else? I don't know. It's okay. It's got a nice little ending where you're oh, that's cute. I guess. I don't know. But, like, I don't get the hype. If you would have shown this movie to me... See, that's the problem. It's like, with movies like this, like, if you wouldn't have shown me, like, anything, like, the Golden Globes or anything, like, been like, oh, Adam, this movie is really supposed to be really good. Like, everyone that's respected likes this movie. So, Adam, you better talk about liking this movie. And I'm like, shit, I don't like this movie. And then, like, I don't know. It's just funny because, like, I would be like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I would want to give this movie 3 out of 5. I enjoyed watching it. I thought I had a lot of problems with it, though, and I'd never watch it again. That's the 2 stars are taken away from me. 1 star for never watching it again, and 1 star for I thought there were problems with it. And, but, like, I feel more inclined to give it 4 stars because, like, if it's a Golden Globe movie, an Oscar movie, that means it's probably a 5-star movie to them. So I'm like, let's average it out, give it 4 stars. But, you know, I'm going to stick to my guns here. Actually, you know what? Because I really I respect this movie also. Because I love practical effects. And I love Guillermo del Toro. And I pretend to sound like I have an accent sometimes. And, I don't know. It was nice. It was okay. It was long. It was really long. It's got some good characters. It's so well shot. The monsters... like, cool, but, like, I don't know. And there's a whole scene explaining how he has a dick, and, like, I didn't need that. I really didn't. I could put the pieces together. Yes, they're romantically involved, and, like, I could just assume somehow he has a penis. And I don't need the deaf girl, oh, no, not the deaf girl, the mute girl to give hand gestures explaining how the dick happens, and then her sassy black friend to mimic those hand motions and then to make jokes about it. I didn't need that. That was weird. This movie just pissed me off too. Like, that poor Richard Jenkins goes to that pie shop and he clearly likes this guy because he keeps buying this shitty key lime pie and then leaving it in his fridge. And, like, okay, what's this relationship with this man and this woman also? Like, who are they to each other? I did not know. I thought it was like daughter, son, or no, daughter, son. Father, daughter, or something, but it wasn't. They're just friends, somehow, and, like, it's so... Oh, I think it's adopted dad, because she wasn't an orphanage. But, like, yeah, so he keeps buying the key lime pie just to talk to this guy, because he's gay. Rachel knew immediately. I was, like, me and my mom were both like, oh, I found out when he tried to hold the guy's hand. And, like, Rachel's like, no, I knew from the first second he was on screen that he was a homosexual. And I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't know that. And then, like, he makes a move towards the bartender, and then the bartender, like, what the heck? And then these black people come in and, like, start to, like, what's it called? They start to sit down, and he's like, get the fuck out of here, because, you know, you're black, and we hate you. And I'm just like, oh, just come on, there's no one else in the store, just let him sit down. Like, there's no point, you know, it's... I don't know, but it's just, things like that. Like, I get it. Like, that's not a flaw with the movie. It just bothers me. Well, like, I don't know. Is that really a good time to make your move, bro? You know, like, you know, put your hand on the bartender's hand. Like, this is, like, the first time you guys are really, like, talking, you know? And he just said it's his job to do what he's doing. He's like, yeah, it's my job. Like, yeah, I'm like a bartender. Like, I give the customer their food and drinks and whatever. But, like, I'm also sitting there, I'm there to talk to them and to hear about their problems, and you're like, oh, like, this is a perfect time to, every good quality this guy is possessing toward, like, showing me right now is because of his job. Everything that nicely he's doing is because he's being paid to do it. I should hold his hand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know the how hard dating life for gay people is. But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that to a woman, I feel. Like, I wouldn't, like, be talking to a woman for, like, the second time. Or actually, no, he does it a lot of times, but, like, still. Like, she's sitting there and, like, oh, yeah, I'm a waitress, and, you know, my job is to be nice to people. And I'd be like, yes, let me hold your hand, baby. Like, okay, good. Like, at first I felt bad because I was like, oh, maybe, like, I just don't understand something about the gay life. But, like, no, it doesn't make sense in the straight life. Unless gay people are much more forward, which, like, that doesn't make sense. Most people are not gay. All right, my mom called me. All right, so I'll wrap this up because I was going on for 10 minutes about being gay. So yeah, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. That's it. That's all I have. Okay. You got to watch a bunch of more boring Oscar movies, Adam. I'm sorry. Okay, bye.